Yo, what up everyone? Today I got the third video in my How to Play Like series. This time the video will be a little different. I'm gonna show you guys my own gameplay and give you guys an even deeper insight into my decision making and strategies. I won't be doing a little introduction about the player, since praising myself does seem a little weird, but I'm definitely a player you guys can learn a lot from. I picked 3 games for you guys, which should be quite interesting. The first one is a clutch situation, and the last 2 are 2 high kill solo games with rifle gameplay. This video will teach you guys how to rotate and position in high pressure situations. And again, as always, you might not have the same aim as your favorite content creators, but we all have strategies in our gameplay which you can implement in your own gameplay. Also, I'm doing another giveaway in the comment section. I'm giving away another copy for the Ghost of Blanchard Graves DLC. All you have to do is leave a comment under the video and I will draw a random comment via random generator, which will then win the DLC and will be contacted by me directly. Last video's winner was Disa. But enough of the talking, enjoy the video. I genuinely hope you guys learned something and I'll talk to you guys next time. Oh, also in the first video, I'm doing a little bit of like whiteboard drawing. Let me know what you guys think about that. If that's a good idea or a bad idea. I only did it in the first game, so I didn't want to overdo it, but feedback on that would be highly appreciated. Oh. Here we go, here we go. Not sure though, and then we would just like all run hand fire crosses. But yeah, that's like my best clutch round ever. Make sure you would like be on fire until they either headshot us. In this game the freeze frame is so funny. Yeah.
It's like one of those people a lot.
But yeah, that's like my best clutch round.
And like 1 bar after.
Skip to the yapping a little bit.
Yeah.
That's my best clutch ever. I'm gonna walk you through the strategies of that game. I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid again. Hope you have an amazing day and thank you again for the raid. Take care of, you know, all your after stream care and have an amazing Friday, my dudes. Okay, here I'm just grabbing the clue. Rex is scouting because he heard enemies. Boss in black zone. Someone towards gasworks.
I'm dead. Ooh.
And
from 39 meters sparks, pistol silencer.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, I was worried I was gonna.
Here I'm just going for something you guys can like kind of take away from that. It's nothing like too fancy, but here I'm going for the Necromancer very, very early. Because I know the team from gasworks is probably not gonna immediately push because they don't really know like where everybody is. So it's usually like a good idea to like go for the instant res because it has the highest likelihood to work. If I now like jump around for like a minute and then necro, the necro is 100% not gonna work. This necro has like a 50-50. Maybe works, maybe doesn't. But it's usually a good idea to like go for the res really, really quick because, you know, obviously I want to go back in numbers. Even out the odds.
Oh, they missed. I'm backing off and healing.
And
oh, I'm dead again.
He's back, but I sadly double tapped him.
I went down
now I know.
Down the stairs, though. I might be a good rest.
Now I go for the hand res here. At least try to. They're pushing, careful. Okay. I hear them running up, so. Now I'm immediately starting to back up. I know they're running up here, but I am pretty sure that Rex is gonna go down here, and that, yes, I'm kind of abandoning him here. But if I stay on that staircase, I'm gonna be just stuck in a position. So I'm like immediately starting to rotate. So we have a fighting chance in the fight, and I hope Rex survives. If I stay on the same position as Rex does, he probably just gets insta-redowned, and I'm stuck in a position from where I have an incredibly hard time to fight from. First of all, they have the high ground on me, and they can rotate all around me. So I'm gonna go for the revive here, try to give Rex a chance to come back. But I'm right now prioritizing getting into a better position from where I can take the fight.
Mako.
Like, I kinda anticipated that Rex is gonna go down here. I'm gonna show you guys that in paint real quick. Let me show you. But why is that not working now? Oh. Wrong window. There we go. Let me move the paint window over here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But basically what is happening here. Let's go brushes. Let's go with red. Let's take a little bit of a thinner brush. But yeah, Rex died. Kinda here on the staircase. That's where Rex died. Let's take a bigger brush. I know there's a team roughly pushing in from that direction. And I am down here reviving Rex. Right now, this team can take the high ground here and contest me. They can also push the building, shoot me from the top window. They can push the building and push the bridge behind me. That means they can basically surround me on a high ground from where I barely have a chance to survive. So my decision here is I revive Rex because, you know, I'm trying to be a good teammate, try to give him a chance to play. But I am pulling away from the fight because I don't want to worry about like multiple angles at the same time. I kind of need, first of all, a position from where I can play from. I need a small buffer zone from, you know, in case I do get tagged because we're playing against good players. They will probably hit me eventually, where I can heal from. And a position from where I can like kind of get control over the fight. Like instead of, you know, like I just explained to you guys, having to worry about like all these angles if I stay down here in this area, I want to create a scenario from where I can play from the little elevator area here. And ideally only have to worry about people somewhere in this area. Roughly, you know, somewhere in this rough area. So I don't have to worry about getting shot in the back, getting shot from above me, getting shot from the right, getting shot from the left. My first initial thought here is I need to get into position from where I can actually start fighting from. Because the position at the staircase is basically a suicide mission.
Beautiful.
Here I get the first kill. By isolating 1v1s, it's also like something. I'm gonna go back here. But you guys can see when I reposition. Also a big benefit from that position where I'm going is it's very easy for me to force 1v1 engagements.
Mako.
Which is like the number one thing when what you're gonna go for in a clutch. I'm trying to go into a position here from where I ideally, or like in, you know, very likely, they can only fight me one player at a time. It's much more likely for me to win like 3 1v1s back to back than winning against 3 players at the same time all shooting at me. Because then suddenly the odds are like not in favor, but they are more favorable for me to maybe make it work. Like you see, I hold the angle very tight. Here hard cover. Hits a nice headshot, but like you saw there, I only hit a 1v1. Hit another headshot. Again, isolated a 1v1. Right now, another trick you guys can learn a lot from. I'm just gonna burn this person here, like I forgot the name of the skin. Doesn't matter, but I just burn here because I'm not 100% sure if they do have a third. I assume they have a third because we're playing duo versus trios. I do not think that person is gonna burn out, but this burn is pure information gathering. I burn her because I want their teammate to do something. I'm basically just fishing for information. That burn is never gonna go through. I cannot storm a choke on her. I can't even stop a revive if the guy pushes up. This is purely to like bait their third out of cover if they do have a third. That's why insta-burning, especially in clutch situations, is actually incredibly good because it's kind of like applying mental pressure on the enemy team. It's kind of like mental warfare. You kind of like put the enemy on a clock. You kind of force him to make a move.
Right down there.
I instantly get tagged here though. I heal up. I tried to go for the redown. Sadly, I hit in the kneecaps. Because it was a kneecap hit. Like as I said, idiot.
Oh my god. This AI not... This is crazy.
Getting shot by AI. Now hit him with the burn. Sad he didn't kill him here because double arm hit. But, you know, here right now when he pushes me, I just go for the hit. Hit whatever I can. Thought I would go for the double tap. And then right now, I'm just shooting that red barrel here. Welcome in, Shadowburner. Salty, what up? I'm doing great. But right now I'm just shooting that red barrel here to create space for myself. I don't think it's gonna kill anybody. But that explosion is gonna make people like back off a little bit. Because right now, they're too close to me. I again have to reposition. I can like pull up the paint again. I'm gonna do a lot of drawing. But right now, you know, this is me. I'm right here. I know there's an enemy right here under the bridge somewhere, and I know there's another enemy somewhere in this area. Somewhere. So right now there is a scenario where I can get flanked from here, and I can get flanked from here, and I can technically get double teamed at the same time, and I have to worry about multiple angles. To avoid that, what I'm doing is like, I shot the red barrel here to scare this guy off, so he doesn't push me. I go out of the back window, and then again, has this like cone that I have to worry about. I only have to worry about this angle here. It's the only thing I have to worry about here. Like I always say that when I play, you will see that very often if you pay attention to it when I do play, especially solos, I always try to have all the enemies lined up in front of me. So I constantly reposition and rotate, so it is very unlikely for the enemy team to shoot me from an angle from which I do not expect it. Ah, that is true, Heats. I'm gonna mention that in a second. We're gonna go back. Alright. Just to explain my strategical approach here. Also, I do know that they're all technically down bars because they were burning. So I go for the body taps here. And the double body tap. I check if it was a revive, and nobody got revived.
People behind us.
Somebody, yeah, somebody's pulling up.
Yeah.
I do have people behind me,
Across.
so I instantly go for the revive. And like Heath just mentioned, also something that's very important. When I pull back here. A lot of people always say like, I can't do that because I have like amazing, you know, don't have the aim. But what you see here, I hear somebody pulling up. And I place my crosshair where I expect the enemy to be. I give myself enough reaction time, you know, like I don't aim directly at the corner here because that is just unreasonable reaction time. I'm not a robot. I give myself a little bit of wiggle room so when that guy swings the corner, I can shoot him. Like you see here, I have perfect crosshair placement. I'm literally just waiting for this Revenant guy to peek me at the only angle I give him to peek me, and I aim at the headshot angle. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for him to move into my weapon. And I press mouse 1. It looks very simple, but that's why crosshair placement is very important. Like always aim at the positions and pre-aim where you expect your enemy to be. You also see that, like, you know, once I rotate here, right here, bolt the window. I know they're body taps. I kinda aim where I hear the footsteps. I swing the corner aiming where I hear audio.
Okay then.
And then, because I know this one is Blaunebar, I hit this guy twice with Fireborn and he was pushing me while burning, so I'm assuming both of them are probably down at 25 bar. So I just go for the body taps here. And this looks very impressive and it's not easy to pull off, but you see, like, with positioning, I made that into the most winnable situation for myself. Not a free win, but by rotating and positioning myself smart and good crosshair placement, I made that 1v3 into a more winnable situation than if I would have played from the staircase where I revived Rexnor. Let's go. Now, I do have people behind me.
People behind us.
Somebody-
So I do not loot here.
pulling up.
Yeah.
It's also a big mistake. People always loot when they
crossing
shoot.
over.
Let's go into that building, then we can recovery shot you up.
And to go for the revive.
They're
I
hard
call out
pushing.
for Rex, so we're on the same page.
Yeah, that-
Also something people don't very do. Like, I'm sorry for pausing so much. But it's also something people very often do not do when they play in a team. They don't communicate with their teammates what the game plan is. Right now, I'm going for the revive. And I'm telling Rex, while I'm reviving him, let's go to the building in front of us. We can go in there, and then we can give you recovery shots, so you're back to full health, ideally. Like, as high to full health as you can, since he was burning.
Probably gonna come with the stairs here.
Yeah,
I'm holding the angle for Rex
shouting,
here.
I'm down 3 bars.
Because they play very aggressive.
Come to you.
Giving, you know, recovery shots. Quick, quick.
Thank you.
They're
They won
crossing the other
down,
building.
that's fine.
Here they're across.
Want to see in
Try
the
to take a little bit of an off angle. Sadly, do not hit the kill, but you know, I'm trying to take like a little bit of an angle from where I can maybe get a cheeky first kill on the enemy team.
Tag one. This window. Female.
Kinda right now, like trying to see where everybody is, listening for audio cues. I hear that there's a boss layer across. I heard somebody rotating to the left and the middle balcony.
Dead.
Sadly,
Not
Rex
sure from where.
does go down here.
21 meters, most Nobras, drum, incendiary, plague doctor.
See a guy here. I tag him. I don't instantly re-peek here. I like do a little bit of like delayed peeking. I do peek. It's like something you will see me do very often, especially in the second fight of this clutch.
Incendiary, plague doctor.
Yeah, I peek the corner. I shoot. I go here. I delay my re-peek by like 0.5, 0.7 seconds because I know the plague doctor right now is holding the angle. He's in a hallway corridor. He can't really go anywhere, so he's probably holding the angle. So by like swinging the corner a little bit delayed, because I know for the next 0.5 seconds he's hard locked on the door frame, expecting me to re-peek. I slightly delay it, so he's like, oh, I guess the guy, like he starts questioning himself in his head. Doesn't mean he's not looking, but he's kind of like, maybe he's rotating. And then I'm like, re-swinging, shoot twice, again, wait a little bit. Make him feel like, oh, he's not re-peeking, and go again. Then instantly vote the window, and do the same thing as earlier. I know it's like very, very much in detail here. We go here. Whoop, whoop. Let me delete that real quick. Just in the drawing board. Same scenario. We have Rex on the floor here. I killed one guy down in the hallway. I know somebody was on the balcony, and I hear footsteps down here pushing. So I know this guy is probably pushing here. This guy is probably pushing here. So, and I don't want to be stuck here in a close range because I don't even know what loadouts they have. So my call, after getting the kills, I back out here, rotate, go on the staircase here, and then again, do the same shit as before. I line everybody up in front of me. I only have to worry about that. At the same time, I'm ranging potential shotguns. I don't know if they have shotguns, but Rex called out, one of them has an Obras. Most people, when they're playing Obras, have like a crossbow, a shotgun, a bomb lance. Like, not a lot of people play an Obras with another rifle. So I'm like, there's like a little bit of stranger danger, you know? There may be a little shotgun hanging around, so I'm instantly trying to create some kind of space in between me and the potential shotgun player. Let me delete that real quick in paint, so we can like do a little bit of drawing board. I'm reloading, feeling them coming. Gets the redown. I'm just trying to zone the shotgun. I hear her reviving. Sadly, do not get the redown, you know, the warming changes. It's what it is. Now I do know where both enemies are, so I can retake building control. Kicks a long hallway. Sadly, a beast on me. Get very lucky here to survive. Re-peek the top. Again, redown him because I know they're going for revives. And I'm probably gonna re-peek. But then again, I go back to the default position from where I can like kind of control the fight. Back into that like first position. Where I like again have like everybody lined up in front of me. I also know a lot of people are like body taps now. Right now, nobody's making noise. They're playing very slow. So I'm just gonna aim at the position where I last shot the guy. Like this is like the guy that I just beat down, the blue shirt tier 2. And I'm just gonna hold it in case I revive. I'm just fishing for information right now. Get the body tap.
Now it's her. She's down by us.
I'm assuming she's downbound because I hit her with Fireborn item twice and she was still moving a lot. Again, applying the burn here just to make her move. I don't think that burn is gonna go through. But again, like, I basically just try to completely overwhelm her. Like, constantly shit is going on. This guy is down, her teammate is down, her teammate is burning. I'm just trying to basically bully her into making mistakes. Just like have so much going on. Probably her teammates being like, I'm burning, I'm down, necro me, throw choke bomb. You know, like, too much going on for them to have, like, a clear train of thought. That they have a shotgun and they could just hold the angle on me. Also, I know there's somewhere here. I do tag her. I'm peeking, tagging her. Not instantly re-peeking.
Hello, YouTube.
Let's go.
And gets the final kill.
I have never seen it.
But again here, like, you guys see that what I did earlier in the bridge again? Like when I was peeking the bridge, the plague doctor the first time. I do like the delayed re-peek here. I tag her. Shoot twice, maybe I get the double tap. But I don't greet here. I know I hit her in the chest. You know, I know that's like an 80 something damage hit. You know, like I peek here. I know I hit her in the chest. I know she has a shotgun. She's gonna panic because she's about to die. I do not instantly re-swing. I let her like react to my aggression. I can hear if she's healing. And I'm just slowly peeking the angle. Hit her again.
Hello, YouTube.
And kill her.
Let's go.
It's like,
I've never
how you
seen
see, like,
anyone locked in and
very mythologically,
Clutch time.
consistently
for sure.
forced 1v1s over and over and over again. But like, having good crosshair placement, aiming where I expect people to be, constantly applying like pressure on the enemy team, and constantly rotate in a way where enemies are like in a cone in front of me. That's like the biggest part that you should take away from. I'm always in a position from where I have like a little bit of a buffer zone from where I can heal. I always am in a position from where I can isolate 1v1s, and I always pay a lot of attention that nobody rotates around me. Like, I'm always paying attention to like people around me making noise, and I always try to be in a position that there are no footsteps to my left and no footsteps to my right. I always want them to like somewhat in front of me, or at the very least in a 45-degree angle in front of me. So I don't have to worry about getting shot in the back. That's like usually the perfect scenario that you can set yourself up to clutch. Doesn't mean you win that way, but this is like the perfect way to set yourself up for a clutch situation. I hope that does make sense. And that was it with the first video. I have like 2 more games prepared. Probably gonna do a little cut here for YouTube. Then the second one we're gonna do is like my 15 kill bounty clash game. And we probably don't make a cut, we just straight jump into it. It's 1440p, perfect. But it's like my Officer Carbine game. You know, let's just say, just to have a little bit of different gameplay. 10 minutes per YouTube shot. Oh yeah, here I'm talking, by the way, because doing drops I was messaged by some guy, for anyone wondering what I'm talking about. By some editor that wanted to charge me like $25 to $30 per YouTube short, and I was like, that's kinda insane. $25 to $30 per YouTube short, considering YouTube shorts are usually very low effort edits that take like 5 to 10 minutes to make. That is like 6 YouTube shorts an hour. That is $120 an hour for very low effort. Okay, right now I'm running into Clash, I'm spotting for enemies. That was worth a try, it's angry. I respect the hustle. But yeah, right now I hear gunshots across the water. Pretty crazy. I know they're not fighting me, so I can easily move up here. I hear somebody is very close under the bridge. Hit a nice headshot. Here's somebody across the water. Here's somebody pulling up behind me. Like right now I hear somebody is pulling up from the Blanchett side. So I know I'm in a very bad spot here. I know they were fighting a team somewhere down the road. It's a Clash game, a lot of teams around. Somebody spawned here, somebody spawned behind me. Like the Alice Farm spawn is running up on me. And there's a team in Stillwater. So right now, like in the lumber mill. And I have to rotate. So I'm just gonna do the risky push here. Because I need to get out of the situation. I'm just moving as much as I can. Run through vegetation to block vision. And try to get myself out of like a three-way. Basically. Right now the banishment has happened. I can't hear anything. I have a region shot running.
I am doing great.
I'm basically just holding still and listening for information. Now I hear there's somebody meleeing grunts. I hear people dying. Oh, didn't see that guy. Dude down him is clearly a one-tap. Perfect aim.
One-tapped. One-tapped.
One-tap, but... Something you guys can take away from here. But you guys don't need good aim. Right now when I get tagged first here, I'm just spamming bullets. Here, I'm just like trying to like... I don't even go for the headshot. I kind of aim for the head, but I'm just trying to hit him. Aim punch him and make him panic as well.
One-tapped. One-tapped.
Oh yeah. Virus, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in.
One-tapped. Ooh, nice shot.
It's gonna be the next YouTube video here.
Might be done.
Other player over there. This is a female hunter that I heard that I was looking for earlier. Hit her with another nice little double tap. And we took the sniper players in the lobby out. Centennial sniper. Now I hear more teams fighting across. So I'm gonna re-engage the normal fight. I'm kinda like, you know, looking where I'm hearing the gunshots. See if I can like maybe shoot somebody in the back. I see nobody is close. Move my consumables around a little bit.
Yeah. Exactly, Spite Boy. That's what I'm saying.
Now here's somebody very close. They're going into the layer. And I get surprised by a guy with a swing field. Can we turn up the quality a little bit? It's a little bit low quality. It's like... Oh, that works. I hope it doesn't buffer now. You see?
Got to rotate here.
Right now what I'm doing here... I know there's a guy... I'm time traveling here. But there's a guy at the fence line. See, 1 second. I can just pull up normal paint. We don't need the picture for that. Yeah, I can do that here real quick. That's what I'm doing. Like, I know there's a guy by the fence. You know, we have like the bridge here. Here's the bridge. Here's the fence line. I know there's a guy here. I have my little wagon here. Here's a wagon. It's not accurate, you know, like it's a little bit further back. But I'm behind the wagon, and I know he's looking at this. And I know there's like a cone that I can run into that blocks vision. So right now, I know I'm in a bad spot. And I try to take the cover that the wagon provides. Stay in kind of like the shadow of that wagon. And try to back off from that fight. Because I don't want to fight this guy. He has a superior position. He has a slope to play from. He can like kind of head glitch a little bit. And he can also wallbang my wooden wagon if he hits me. And it's probably going to go for it. So I'm just going to reposition here because I don't want to take the fight right here. That guy is scary with his Springfield. Trying to, you know, move as much as I can so I don't get hit. And just, you know, postpone the fight. Instantly reposition. Here people inside the layer. He's inside close or down. Get a lucky V-down. I don't know why that guy was a body tap. But we take it. I know it's only 2 players now. Sadly hit myself. With my own dynamite. I hear somebody beetling here. Right now, very important. I do hear that the guy above me is throwing a beetle. I see him here as well. Hi, beetle. But what does it mean? I killed the guy inside. 1 guy is beetling. That's 2 players busy, basically not doing anything. Also, I have to do something because the beetle is really annoying when he hits me. Could be fire beetle. I didn't know what it was, but I don't want to get hit by it. But basically, there's only 1 player that can currently shoot me with a gun. 1 is dead. The other one is beetle piloting. So I basically have a 1v1. They basically just gifted me a 1v1. It's the same when like somebody cooks a nade or something like that. I'm basically punishing them for using consumables when I'm really close to them. Because you basically give away the driver's seat from your character. Like, there's nothing you can do. When you cook a grenade, you throw a beetle, you can't really shoot back. You can't fight back at the moment. So I'm just gonna push the building here. Get a bit lucky. I don't know what that guy was doing. But down with my Lemad shotgun. Now I know there's only one guy up. I see him reviving, or hear him reviving. And finish the very last guy. Placing some satchel traps. Just in case people later on push the building. Going to bring bottom again. I will try to remind you, man. But yeah. Just putting the satchel bombs there. Just in case people do push the building. More shotgun. Grab the scan and get an idea where everybody is. I see we have still like 2 teams. Oh, bro. Boxing the beast away, but you know, this is what it is. I do see that somebody's above me. Right now, you guys already heard me say that in the Hornet and in the Raptor video. You know, we are all really good players on a very high level. I scan him, I see him up there. I don't really believe I'm gonna kill him there. If I do kill him, great. But basically, I'm just right now letting him know, I know you're up there, buddy. You're not hiding, you're not sneaky, I know you're there. Just to hopefully make him move, make him play a little bit more actively, because that's when people do mistakes. When people move around, is when they give you opportunities to shoot them. If that guy up there sits in a corner, judging by his play style, probably a shotgun, I'm probably gonna die to him, but by like just shooting in a general direction, he will probably not feel that comfortable crouching around up there, because he's like, oh, fuck, that guy knows I'm there. That's not cool. So it's usually a good idea to just shoot at them. Just letting them know, hey, I know you're there. He's still above me. I see one guy's on the metal roof across. Right now I'm careful to not step into my own trap. But I also know the guy above me is not really doing much movement-wise. That's another trap here. It's like a high traffic area, that's why I decided to put my satchel there. See that somebody's on the metal roof. Again, kind of check where he is. Use my information. I saw on 2 scans here that he didn't move and I didn't hear any metal footsteps. So I kind of assumed that guy's holding some kind of angle on the roof. So I kind of like pre-aimed where I expected him to be. Took him out. And then instantly check on the Romero guy. But you see here how my wallbangs, it's like a perfect example actually. I didn't even know that was like that. But I wallbanged the guy that was inside the building. Didn't even hit him, but I just shot on his location. Suddenly that guy was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. My little like crouch push has been spotted. I'm gonna back out of the building. Suddenly, just by shooting at him twice and letting him know that I do know of his existence, he's like feeling uncomfortable enough to like give me more room to play from again. Now I do take him out anyways. But oh. I will talk about the situation in a little bit, what I'm doing here. Sadly, I do not get the V-kill here. Get the V-down. I definitely do get a little bit lucky here. But basically, what I'm doing here, like, I know I'm fighting 2 teams at the same time. I just downed the guy on the metal roof, but I couldn't really contest that because it's really hard to, like, do anything from there. And I didn't want the guy that crouched inside the building to take building control because it's kind of like my safe position to play from. It's like my power position from where I have like all the angles. I can go on the roof, I can rotate, I can go through the basement. I don't want people to take this position away from me, especially since I anticipate the outside team to have a shotgun. So after I get the kill on the roof, I turn around, contest the guy on the bridge, get the kill on the bridge. I'm basically trying to control 2 fights at the same time here. I'm basically bouncing in between 2 teams and letting both of those teams know, like, I'm looking at you. I haven't forgotten about you. I'll be back and I'm gonna shoot you again. Just, you know, making them like be aware that they are not free to move right now. I'm just trying to like kind of crowd control two teams at the same time. Because I basically knew that when I kill the guy on the bridge, the guy on the outside team, he is, oh, that guy is fighting somebody else, I can go for the revive. That's why I pushed out with the frag grenades. Was hoping to get a redown or maybe a double kill. Didn't, got a rekill anyways, was a little bit risky. But what you guys can take away from that is that sometimes when you fight multiple teams, you have to let both teams know that you are aware of their position. The longer you do not interact with the team, the more likely the team that you are not paying attention to is gonna suddenly push you. Now the Concertina bomb off. I'm anticipating they're gonna revive. Gets the redown. A little bit lucky here. But again, I get the kill. I know this team, this guy out here, heard me kill somebody on the other side again. He doesn't know if I killed or I got killed. But they do know there's action on the other side. And I'm instantly turning around. I'm like trying to like entertain the other team again. I'm basically keeping both teams on their feet. Don't get the redown, but I'm simply letting them know that I haven't forgotten. Again, after I shoot the other team, again, turn around, fight the other team. I'm basically keeping both teams busy, so no team feels comfortable to push me. Because I don't want any shotguns in my building right now. And there's a shotgun. Grabbing the 4-shot boon to get a little bit more region shot while I can. Extra second of dark side, 2 seconds of dark side because I'm solo. Now I'm seeing a guy close. Sadly, I do end up trading. Kinda like a long range one-tap with the Romero hand cannon, but it's a good shotgun. Unfortunate, but unavoidable.
Back here.
I do revive. Also, if anyone doesn't know that, usually when you get hit by Dum Dum ammo, you can just use your vitality. And you know, since I down those guys quite often already, I can take this guy down with a body tap as well. Now I know I'm in a 1v2. I scanned where they were. I was making sure that they're not pushing my building right now. I know there's Constantino on top, so I would heal if they try to push the bridge. So now my goal here is I have to refill consumables. Now it's the first time in this fight when I can actually like loot bodies, get medkits back, get seconds back, get some throwables. Now I do a scan in a little bit here. Little decision here, you know, when after I do my scan here, 1 sec. Sorry. Right here. In a safe spot, I do my scan here. I see one guy to my front right, which is outside the building. And I see one guy to the left. So I'm instantly picking, hey, they are kind of separated right now. I don't know who's who, but I'm gonna pick the left guy because that guy is giving me a 1v1. Again, like earlier, if you can, and you know, if you're ever playing solos or you're in a clutch situation, if you fight multiple enemies, always fight the person that is offering you a 1v1. Doesn't mean you're gonna win it, but it is basically the best opportunity that somebody can give you. So, I see the guy in scan, instantly look over, hit a nice headshot. Twitches, good morning. Now I scan the last guy, I see that he's on my traps. I throw beats because I'm assuming he's gonna rotate. See that he's still on my traps. And gets the last guy. But here comes Fester with another 5 insane gifted subs. But what you guys saw in that fight was like how I constantly, especially the building fight, how I controlled multiple teams at the same time by constantly making sure I do not tunnel vision on one enemy. I do not tunnel vision on one singular enemy. Always trying to make sure that no team feels super comfortable to do whatever hell they want. And also, for example, on the Beetle play, you guys, Sam, thank you for the 10 gifted. Very kind of you. Very much appreciated. But what you guys saw is like, I did like very like calculated aggressive moves. I never like overextended. I always played for my safe zone, kind of like why Hornet does it when he does like, you know, domain expansion Hornet. I kind of decided like, you know, my domain is this boss lair. I have the best position from there, and I'm not gonna make an aggressive move until one of the teams is gone, and I know nobody can shoot me in the back. Very generous. I appreciate it. Anybody got a gifted sub by Sam and got hooked up with ad-free content? Make sure to say thank you. But those are basically the two things you should take away from this game. Like, I controlled the fight. Always entertain both teams at the same time. Doesn't mean you have to get kills. Even shooting at them does a lot. And I always prioritize the safe position. You saw that at the beginning of the match when I crossed the water to get out of the three-way crossfire. I could have died there, but I needed to go somewhere. If I stayed in those bushes, there was no way I would have survived because there is no cover, so I needed to make the aggressive move. Same for when I was outside of the building and they were throwing beetles at me. I realized I'm in a bad spot here. I have to go inside the building and take the fight. It's a risky play, but, you know, first of all, one guy throws a consumable, so he's busy. But I needed to take the building to have any fighting chance here because there's too many people around. Because I'm in a multi-team server fight. And then once I had the building, I maintained control of the building and made sure that nobody pushes me out of the building or takes control away from it. Alright. Let me get some water in, and then we have another game. How many games would you play with one gun to improve your aim with it? A couple of days, depending how, like, couple of sessions. Depends. You know, I would usually... My tip, Be Wild, is like... You don't always have to play the same gun, but if you want to get good with the gun, at least play weapons that are in the same velocity category. For example, if you play the Martini, which is 400 velocity, maybe play the normal Ranger, maybe play other weapons that are like in that velocity category. Same if you want to get good with the Mosin, maybe play the Centennial, maybe play drilling with high velocity, something, even though they're not exactly the same velocities, but they're somewhat in the same ballpark, so you get good and anticipating how much you have to lead your bullet. If you like one game play like a 200 velocity bullet weapon, the next game you play like an 800 velocity weapon, then you play a 500 velocity weapon, then again the 200, like it's gonna be incredibly hard for you to get used to a velocity and anticipate at longer ranges how much you have to lead your shot. So I would usually consider mastering one velocity before you, like, you know, jump in between velocities. But yeah, the final game, little 10 kill game in the Panic in Prison. Nice little game from my Satchel video, actually. So I can give you a little bit of advice on trap gameplay here. Right now I'm approaching at the boss. I don't know how many teams are there. Just running up. Now I realize the boss is red. Hey, somebody is doing the boss. Let me turn up the volume a little bit. Right now a little trick here, for anyone who doesn't know that. Why do I so recklessly push up here? Because if you have ever killed or fought Scrappeak, which probably most of you guys have, when Scrappeak screams in your ear, you are basically deafened. They will not hear me sprinting up right now. So I'm like, oh, they just raged Scrappeak. Anybody in the proximity is basically deaf right now. So I'm gonna take that to make an aggressive play here. Claim some position from here. Here's somebody taking a hit by the back door. See one of them. A little shoe for dynamite play. I don't hit him. Push my Lamar shotgun. Sadly do not hit him. Actually surprised that needed that much, but I did get the kill here. I don't have burns. Usually I would have flare pistoled here, Just FYI, usually I would have flare pistoled. I'm sorry, Polly, I'm just like doing the YouTube video right now. Gonna reply to that message in a little bit. But usually I would have insta-burned here, but I have alert trip mines because of my loadout. So I put instantly a trap on him in case he is a solo, so I do know and he's burning. Or if he gets necroed by his teammates, he's also burning and I get a sound cue that he's back. Also again from earlier. I hear somebody above me. I hear him on wood above me. Again, like crosshair placement, you know? I'm aiming where I'm expecting somebody to peek from. Did a tiny mini flick shot here. But again, like I used the information given that I provided to me by like, you know, making footsteps. Aimed where I expected the enemy to be. ADS'd, and then he popped out and I only have to do like a tiny mini adjustment and shoot him in the head. That's like something you guys can take away a lot from when it comes to aiming. Like always have like your weapon, your crosshair, aimed in the location where you expect the enemy to be. That's why like most of the headshots I do are like looking very easy, but it's like the, you know, when we talk about aim in general, flick shots look fancy and they look incredibly skillful, but flick shotting should be your emergency solution. You very often see people go like, when it looks incredible when people, you know, hit like 3 back-to-back flick shots. But flick shots are very inconsistent, even for the best players. Even people like Rakta cannot 100% accurately hit a flick shot. Flick shots are like your break in case of emergency solution. Most of your shots should look incredibly easy because of good crosshair placement. Right now I'm placing like a little satchel bomb here because I'm planning on rotating in case that guy gets revived. A little bit of trap shenanigans. I hear one guy up on top. Again, I'm pre-aiming where I expect the enemy to be. So I did hear middle footsteps. Appreciate the follow. I do hit her. Now I do know. Little trick here. I didn't know what gun she had. I pre-aimed where she was, but I realized she had a shotgun. I'm in shotgun one-tap range. So instantly I'm like, damn, I actually got lucky that I aim punched her and she didn't kill me. Because a terminus could have totally killed me right there. So I'm backing off and getting out of one-tap range. And what you saw in the Hornet video previously, I'm trying to dead zone the shotgun here. I'm trying to play the range against the shotgun at which she cannot instantly one-tap me. Now I'm flying a beetle up. A little bit stuck here. But basically I'm just trying to like bully her a little bit. I expect her going for the revive. She doesn't. Fire beetle. So I burn her teammate. So she feels inclined to do something. Slow walk up the stairs to give less audio cues. I do tag her. Don't re-peek. You guys saw me do that in the clutch moment as well. I anticipate her. She's stuck here because I know she concertinaed herself and I know she's on those stairs. And jump peek with the shotgun. I completely catch her off guard here. But you see, she's holding the angle that she expects me from. I don't know that she might hear me running up here. You guys see it in the Hornet video as well. I walk here a little bit. I walk. And then when I do the move, I sprint. And I jump shot. First of all, I walk a little bit to throw off the enemy's timing in case she's pre-aiming me. She's like, not really sure how fast I'm approaching. And then I'm jumping in the corner with my buckshot shotgun to minimize the amount of time at which the enemy is able to shoot back. You know, like giving the enemy as little of a time frame to trade with me as she can. Because she could have, held the angle with the terminus, she didn't. But that's why I was jump peeking. It's a very good technique when you fight enemies with a shotgun. Especially in shotgun 1v1. Jump peeking is incredibly strong. First of all, minimal time frame in which they can shoot back because you can like, jump in and out. And you kinda are like more elevated than the enemy expects you to be. Like the enemy expects you to be here and pre-aims at this height and you are up here, suddenly they're gonna shoot you in the stomach and the legs. Because they don't expect you to like peek higher because why would they, right? Why would they aim where usually, you know, your hunter is not even at, they would, you know, aim where they expect your chest to be.
Gotcha.
And I do finish the fight.
Got
Instantly
him,
check where the
got him.
boss is white. So I can start looting. I know, I didn't want them to revive Twitches. That was actually the worst move to rotate out of that space.
To get my trips back.
Because I don't want them to revive. It's also a big mistake a lot of people do. When you are fighting against a team and you have downed multiple of their teammates, even if they have a shotgun, you do not want to pull out and let them revive and reset the fight. You want to keep up the aggression.
It's possible to shoot
You want them to like stay lower numbers, especially in a
don't have
solo
it
situation.
at the moment.
Now I'm just picking up my traps here. Because no more value. Sorry for the low chat interaction, but now this is gonna be a YouTube video. I will answer all the questions in a second. Appreciate all the follows popping in. Boss is red now. I do have somebody running up on the south side. I know they don't really know where I am. I see them through the door crack. Open the door crouching. Spot the red barrel, very convenient. But something you guys can take away from that. Like I spot a guy here. Then I crouch open the door because it barely makes any noise. And like you saw that those guys didn't even hear where I was. Because they don't really know where I am. They see the boss is red, the boss is loud. Now I hear a second team pulling up from the courtyard area. So I'm deciding to put a little satchel bomb trap at that door here. Because I'm about to fight multiple teams at the same time. Doesn't mean they're gonna die to that door trap, but this way I don't have to worry about it. And at the very least they're gonna give me a sound cue when they push. Right now I don't know what guns they have. But in general, okay, little spoiler alert. They stepped into the trap, but basically what I'm doing here is, one sec, I have to do a tactical battery swap. Basically what I'm doing here is, those guys are incredibly aggressive running up that slope here. You guys heard like the sand footsteps, like sprinting up the slope. And for me that means they have a reason to be that confident. That means close range. So I'm placing that trap there to have like a little bit of control over the area, but I'm backing off from that door because anything inside that room is one tap range to a shotgun. And that is my first thought that comes to my mind when I hear people aggressively rushing a boss layer. Especially when they hear people fighting already. Because usually people with rifles play a little bit more slow. She opens the doors and dies. A little bit of risky move here. Sadly blow up the dynamite on it. We see a red bow. Blow up the red bow. I'm kind of surprised he didn't die to it. He must have had bulwark or something. Would be my anticipation.
This one my battery real quick. It's really unfortunate.
Oh,
Tactical battery swap.
I'm also doing a tactical battery swap in the video. You wanna see that? Here. Also battery swapped here.
No, the opposite can kill.
Right now I have a team to my left. I hear they're fighting Scrappeak, but I'm not too worried about it. Right now I know I have a guy of this team down. That guy is burning. And I want to finish this team. Right now I'm like being like the other teams on the other side. There's Scrappeak in the middle. And I don't hear them pushing up. So right now I'm concentrating on finishing the fight closest to me. Because I'm kinda in a bad position here. Like I'm kinda stuck. There's a concertina bomb above me. I'm kinda pinched in a corner. Can't really go anywhere. So I'm deciding I'm in numbers advantage here. And want to finish that gunfight. I got a double tap here. I was okay with trading here. I'm a solo.
I don't know how that
I'm a little bit greedy here. I have Reading Shot running. Oh, spot a guy. He seemingly didn't see me. I got quite lucky here. I could have died. But
the game is running pretty good.
take him out with a double tap. I know that guy's on the opposite team, the Scrappeak team.
Necro right here.
Double checking that I still have Necro.
I'm gonna peek that now.
It's like a good behavior, by the way, for anyone who doesn't
Necro
know.
right here.
Right now, I'm pre-aiming where the enemy was. I don't see him to the left. I technically saw him under the stairs just a frame ago. But I'm wiggle peeking a little bit. I don't stand still. A lot of people do that. I'm constantly like going a little bit like wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So it's, a little bit harder to hit me while I'm pre-aiming the corner where I expect him to be. I saw him peek here to the left. A lot of people do that. They have like a pattern. Like, he peeked here, then he peeked left. I saw him disappear. So now I'm pre-aiming where I expect the enemy to pop out of. If you pay attention to your enemy, you can quite often spot that, how they play. A good player will have like irregularities in their peek behavior, but more predictable enemies go like peek here, peek left, peek right, peek left, peek right. And so I'm disappeared, so I am peek. Sadly, I missed my shot, but again, like crosshair placement. Now I peek left again, throw the choke bomb.
Fall damage.
Making sure nobody is necroing. Right now I heard him take damage. I thought he took fall damage. So I swapped off my position. Also like not a bad idea after this fight. Now I hear him take damage. I'm like, I'm gonna try to reposition here. Because he's repositioning. Because where's the enemy gonna look in that position? Where's the enemy gonna look? Sorry for pausing so much. But the enemy... there is no sound, I'm just anticipating because he stopped peeking and he threw a choke bomb, which is usually when the fight gets slower. Like he threw a choke bomb for no reason, which a lot of people do because they want to cover vision. That's why I always say like don't throw choke bombs when you're necro, but a lot of people do it because they believe it helps. But a lot of people do that. They throw 1 or 2 choke bombs when the enemy is not burning. It's a little game sense lesson here, I guess. Even though I'm not burning the teammates, so why would they throw choke bombs? They're probably trying to pull some bullshit off here. They're trying to like distract me, try to block my vision a little bit. Like why would they throw a choke bomb? So I'm anticipating they might revive here. Also, as I took fall damage, so right now, when he's gonna repeak, he's gonna look at the last known location where he remembers me being. So I'm taking a little bit of an off angle here. I don't fully rotate. I just go a little bit to the right. And you see, he didn't know where I was. Again, he doesn't repeak. I know he might go to the left here. Because he is taking a little bit longer to repeak. So I'm again swapping up my position. Right now I'm putting down alerts at mine in case they're necro. Because they're playing very passive. Putting down a satchel to have control over the body. If they do necro, that guy is dead again. I keep on rotating. I hear the guys going down the walkway here. Tag him. Get a little bit lucky here that he steps into the satchel trap mine. But I basically, for the last 30 seconds, just keeps the guy guessing where I am. Like once he allowed me to rotate by stopping to contest me on this door here. I constantly rotate. I go to this off angle, then I go to this little ramp here, then I go around, and I keep him guessing and trying to force him to fight.
There's no way.
Instantly check, boss is the red.
Is this team revived?
I'm assuming that this team is revived because those guys are not getting any help. I'm assuming...
Oh, okay.
Assuming it was a satchel.
I see you, I see you.
Got a bit lucky here.
GG.
And finish the fight.
Oh, man. What a massacre. What a massacre. Ah, solo pulled up. This guy is solo, probably.
I'm assuming that guy is a solo. He actually wasn't a solo. He was on the team with the 2 guys I killed. He went on like a big rotation. But what you guys saw here really well is how, again, like good crosshair placement, good rotations are like half the victory already. Like as long as you keep controlling the fight and always position in a way from where you have like control over the engagements, which is not easy, but I hope you got like some understanding here, like how I'm rotating, gives you a great head start in a fight. And then suddenly Your aim is not that important. Do you prefer going for double taps or head taps for securing kills? Usually in close range fights, which you see here in the prison, I usually go for double taps. Because I'm in a close range fight, headshots are easier to miss. The logic is, I know my Officer Carbine can double tap, especially now with the damage changes to limp. It's more likely to double tap. If I hit a chest and an arm shot, it's a kill. And I know people can have shotguns, so I'm just trying to hit somebody here. As soon as people are close to me, I'm just going for the hit. If I can hit a headshot, I usually aim for like the chest area. That's good. But I'm just trying to hit the enemy before they shoot, to aim punch them so they miss their shotgun shot or their potential shotgun shot. So the closer the enemy is, the more I go for body taps. Because it aim punches people and makes them miss. And it's easier to go like 1-2, you know, when they then like aiming for the head, missing the potential headshot, especially when you don't really fully know where you are. And then them one-shotting him with a shotgun, because if your second shot is a headshot, doesn't matter anymore. Because you missed the first one. So I'd rather, in those situations in close quarter combat, when I believe I do fight shotguns, I'd rather go for the body tap to get the initial aim punch, make them panic, and then finish them with a 2-tap. It's very situational. Oh damn. I just put a million alert mites on this guy. But this fight is over.
God damn. Oh, man.
Oh yeah. That was it with my little coaching video. Like you guys see here, I have like more of a combination of like picking up the aggression when I can, but staying in an area, taking the fights, being very strategical until my enemy allows me to play aggressive. Also something that you guys can take away from this fight with like the traps. Traps are very efficient when you place them in areas where people don't expect them. Especially mid-combat traps are like incredibly strong. You guys saw that. Let me see. Right here. Don't get pushed. Right. When you guys do play traps, to let you take away here. You know this trap? Those guys are approaching, they hear multiple teams fighting. They believe everybody is busy. I place a mid-fight trap at a position where people probably gonna push in from. This time an alert trip mine satchel bomb that gets triggered by the door, by the way. Like when the door goes into the trip mine, it gets triggered. It's like a change to trip mines since the engine upgrade. Same for Concertina and Poison, by the way. But they don't even expect the trap. They just want to push. And I do get the kill here. I was gonna blow up the satchel with my dark side, but didn't need to. And then same like right here. When you do play traps, you want to place traps at like positions that people do not expect. You know, when I right here in the middle of the match, place a trap on the bunny. The guy has no idea that I did that. He wouldn't expect it. Risky play, but you want to be like unpredictable with your trap placement. And like you see here, that guy had no idea what was going on. That's a little, you know, marker for when you do play traps. Always trying to place your traps rather in unpredictable spots and maybe get rewarded for it, then place your traps in the most predictable spots and get not a lot of value out of them because people do expect them to be there. That's, for example, if you defend a compound and nobody has fought yet, don't place your traps at the entrance of a boss lair, because that's when people usually stop and look for you. So they're also gonna check the floor. But 20 meters outside the boss lair is usually a good spot for a trap to be, because people are so occupied looking everywhere where the benchmark team is hiding that they are not gonna look at their feet, and then suddenly you get like insane trap value. But yeah, that was it with my how to play like video, and probably next one is gonna be like probably Wombus or Quinn. I will ask them both. I think they're both gonna be okay with it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys do learn something. I will talk to you guys next time. Good boy.